Hello, welcome to lesson 2-3. Today we're going to be adding and subtracting whole numbers. So we're going to start with this question. It says in June, 26,945 people hiked a trail. In July, 13,628 people hiked the same trail. How many people in all hiked the trail in these 2 months? So that in all tells me that I'm going to add. So now I can go ahead and line up the place value. I'm going to add. So 5 plus 8 is 13. 4 plus 1 is 5, plus 2 is 7. 9 plus 6 is 15. 6 plus 1 is 7. 8, 9, 10, 2, 3, 4. So my answer is 40,573. Now, how can we check that our answer is reasonable? Well, if we're thinking reasonableness, then you're also thinking about things that can kind of be done in your head. So we can round this down to 25,000. And then we can round that maybe up to 15,000. And then we can add them together. And our answer is about 40,000, and we got about 40,000. So our answer is reasonable. All right. So if you need help, there's going to be help up here that kind of tells you what you need to do when you're subtracting, if you need a refresher on that. We're going to do these 4 questions right here. All we're going to do is we're going to add, and then we're going to subtract. And we're going to work through those a little bit at a time. So, I'm going to bring this down just a little bit. Oops, sorry. All right, so we have 1 plus 8 is 9. 1 plus 4 is 5. 7 plus 0 is 7. 5 plus 1 is 6. And then 3. Hopefully remember, we're starting with the ones place and working our way. So 0 plus 9 is 9, 1 plus 9 is 10, you bring it up, 1 plus 1 is 2, plus 4 is 6, and then 7. Now subtracting. If you have 4, you can't take 7, so we're going to have to borrow. So we're going to take this 3 and make it a 2, which allows us to make that a 14. Remember we talked about how 10 ones make a 10? So now you're taking one of those 10s and separating them back into ones to put here. If you're having trouble with any of these little ones, you can also use those place value discs that were given to you to help you figure out regrouping. So 14 minus 7 is 7. 2 minus 8, I can't do that. So now I'm going to have to borrow again. This becomes a 1, and that becomes a 12. So now I can do 12 minus 8. That is going to give me 4. Again, I can't do 1 minus 3, so I'm going to make that an 8, and then that becomes an 11, because we're moving that 10 down every time. So now we have 11 minus 3, that gives me 8. 8 minus 2 gives me 6. All right, let's do our last one. 2 minus 0 is 2, 5 minus 0 is 5, 6 minus 6 is 0. Here you have 0 minus 8, we can't do it. That becomes a 10, this becomes a 0. 10 minus 8 is 2. Bring down your 0, bring down your 1. Okay. We're going to look at a couple of word problems real quick. So it says, for the 5 space programs listed, what is the total number of hours astronauts spent in space? So we're looking at the total number. So total means to add. So we can add them all together, or you can separate them. I'm going to keep them all together, and that way I can just do it once. If that is confusing or you get it wrong, you may break it up, and that's kind of what your journal is for. So let's actually bring it over into our journal. I have 54 plus 970. That gives me 4, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And that gives me 10. And I'm coming back over, I'm getting the next number, adding it over here. That gives me 6, 2, 5, and 3. Getting my next number. Make sure you're lining up that place value. 11, which means I carry. Don't forget to add that. It's 3 and then 0. 5 and 1 is 6. 4 and 3 is 7. Grab my last number. Now notice this one's a little bit bigger. So I need to line up that place value. If you're not writing nice and neat and you're not lining up your place value, you're going to have a really hard time when you get to subtraction and when you get to decimals. 8, 3, 10, so I carry. 7, 8, 9, 10, carry 2. So my answer is 20,038. If I come back over, there's my answer. How much longer did astronauts in the Space Shuttle program spend in space than all the other programs combined? So, I want Space Shuttle separated and I want all of those combined. Well, I already did that over here. So before I added on the Space Shuttle, I ended up with this number right here. Now this was a carried number, so we're not worrying about that. So we're looking at this number. So I have 12,407. That is my Space Shuttle number. Now all the other ones combined means I added them together, and that gave me the 7,631. And then it says, how much longer? How much longer means subtraction. So now we're going to subtract. 7 minus 1 is 6. 0 minus 3 we can't do. Becomes a 10 and a 3. 10 minus 3 is 7. 3 minus 6 can't do. Comes a 13 and a 1. 13 minus 6 is 7. 1 minus 7 can't do. 11 minus 7 is 4. And that's our answer there. And that's our answer there.